Don't worry guys, we always keep it PG on this podcast. We're keeping it family friendly here. Please don't cancel us.
Rappers everywhere, like dirty as fuck, like there's just everything in this room, like it's just... And even this mic, bro, like it's kind of beta to mine, but like still, I'm going to use it anyway, because why not? Hello guys, welcome to the Making Waves podcast, and today we have a really, really special one lined up for you guys. And you'll never know what, well you will know, because it's happening right now. I am doing a solo. Nolan is not on the podcast today, and he's been a lazy little shit. He doesn't want to do it. He's fully quit. Like, no more Nolan. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. Nolan is working, and we just decided, let's mix things up. Let's make things interesting, Let's spice things up. Let's put a bit of, paprika into the mix, So today it's just going to be me, and pretty much, okay, so it's not creepy. We're just going to keep it at like a little 30-minute, maybe 20-minute, 30-minute session, where you just get to listen to me, it should be a pleasure because, like, honestly, I can ramble on forever. If I just, like, sometimes, right, this is what happens in my head. So, like, I think of so many things at once, and I think it comes from, like, my ADHD, where, like, I think of things, and then they just pop up in my head. And it just keeps thinking, My brain just keeps going. So when I decide to, voice my thoughts, it just turns into this, So you're going to listen to this for a solid 30 minutes. So yeah, guys, make yourselves comfortable. Oh shit, comfortable. I'm turning into Nolan, bro. And you can tell I'm kind of Nolan because I'm wearing his bucket hat with the word cock on it. That's his favorite hat. So I'm wearing this one. I'm going to put knits in it. So then when he goes back, he'll get knits. Or crabs. Whatever one I have. And I'm wearing glasses, sunnies, because obviously I don't want to be blinded by the light, So I'm going to get this started today. And I'm going to start talking about... I'm going to start this off, okay? So when I was younger... I always wanted a job in law. I really did. Like, I think it started when I watched Suits, and it never really went away. So I went to high school, and I decided my whole career path was going to be law because I watched Suits. And I think it's probably not the right way to go about it. I think I could have definitely done a bit more thinking if maybe I was a bit more mature, but you know how school kids are, So, yeah, I always wanted to be a lawyer, and I guess looking down at the very root of it is because I like arguing, but I'm also a very judgy person. I like jumping to conclusions about people. I like making decisions, whether this person's a good person or a bad person. I know I'm not God, but like, if I really wanted to, like, this is just what I like doing, I just like doing that. So I'm just going to start. And I thought, there's no better way to judge a person than to read some Reddit stories of them asking if they're the assholes. And I get to decide if they're the actual assholes. I'm not going to read the comments. I'm not going to be a sheep. We're in a sheep's world. I'm going to be a shepherd. So I'm going to read what they have to say, and I'm going to decide whether they are in fact the asshole or they've been wronged and they're not the asshole. And maybe they're, misunderstood. Misunderstood people in a misunderstood world, living misunderstood lives. So let me get this started. All right. Am I the asshole for suing my cousin for $6,000 to pay for my hearing aids after he threw me in the pool? Now, if you want my initial thoughts on this, I'm going to tell you that I feel like he's not the asshole because, like, I guess when you're dealing with deaf people, you don't really want to ruin their chances of hearing. So maybe not throw them in the pool with an electronic aid that if water is touching it, it will break. So maybe just think a little bit before you start tackling disabled people into pools. So let's get this started. Oh, gotta catch my breath. Holy shit. Doing so much talking, just realized that Nolan does a lot of it as well, and it's actually tiring, you know? Okay, so my family is all on my cousin's side for this issue, and I wanted some outside judgment. My cousin, 25, so he's 25, so he should be a bit more mature than throwing people in the pool, you know, has always been the golden child of our generation. He's funny, good-looking, outgoing, not to mention a boy amongst girls. He's always loved to mess around and play pranks. For the record, I really dislike this cousin. I think he's irresponsible, childish, and annoying. So, okay, when she says a boy amongst girls, what am I getting at? Like, is he like kind of like the fruity type, you know, like loves, you know, doing zesty shit, hanging with girls? He's kind of like, you know, the best friend, you know? Or is he like just like a player, you know? Or like just a guy who enjoys hanging with girls? But I feel like that's a pretty rare thing. Like, you just get... I think there's two options, and it's normally either you're zesty as or you've got game. I don't think there's like a in-between where you're best mates with girls, but you're not that zesty, you know? I feel like you kind of like pick that up when you start hanging out with a lot of girls. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like, you know, I know a lot of zesty people in this world, and like, I'm friends with them, you know? They're fun to hang out with. They're a bit, you know, it just spices things. Oh, no, it doesn't spice things up, actually. It just sweetens the pot, you know? Just makes things a bit more zesty, makes a bit more fruity, you know? I don't mind it. Okay, all right, back to the topic. I have had hearing problems for years. I recently got a $6,000 pair of hearing aids. Recently, at my grandmother's birthday party, we were all eating and drinking on the back porch. My grandmother has a pool. My cousin decided he was going to throw me in the pool because it would be funny to ruin my hair that I just got done that day. Okay, to start off with, right, I don't think people understand that, like, when women get their hair done, I'm assuming this is a woman, it's actually pretty expensive. I just realized that, like, the other day. Like, when they go to the hairdresser, they actually fork some shit out, bro. Like, that's almost the same price as, like, getting a brand new set of tires for your car. Like, four brand new tires, like 32 inches, you know? Or, like, whatever you're into, how many inches you're into. Like, that is, like, the full kit and caboodle of, like, how much you need to spend. Like, you spend a lot of money when you go do your hair. So, just thinking, I feel like bro just needs to... And he's also, like, a bro amongst gals, you know? So, he should know this. I just found out, and I'm not a bro amongst gals, you know? Like, I love my guy friends a bit more than my gal friends. I have gal friends, but, like, not that many, you know? I have some gal friends, but not that many. Whereas, like, he should know this, because he's a boy amongst girls, you know? He should know this. This is probably what they talk about at recess, you know? So, the fact that he doesn't know this kind of concerns me. Okay, moving on. Okay, where am I? Okay. I repeatedly told him to stop and put me down in a very serious and not playful way. Okay, so she's serious about this, you know? He threw me in the pool and my hearing aids were ruined. She spelt something wrong. Afterwards, when I told him what really happened, he basically said, "Whoops. Didn't know you had hearing aids now." When I told him the cost of them and that he would have to replace them, he freaked out. And he said, "No way." Okay, maybe, you know, this is kind of like in his defense. Like, he didn't know about this. Maybe she should have made it a bit more clear, you know? It's not just the hair you're ruining. It's my hearing aids. So, you know, like, probably $6,500 worth of damage. It's quite a lot. So, yeah. My family didn't want me to make him pay for them because I significantly out-earn him, and also everyone else in the family. Oh, so she's like the breadwinner. She's the money maker, bro. Holy shit. Okay, this is some intense shit. Okay, he was in college at the time, barely making ends meet in a call center job. His girlfriend and him have a baby, and they live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Okay, shit. I feel like this is kind of like turning into like, I will ruin your life kind of scenario. He refused to pay, so I took him to court. Fuck. Okay. Jesus. She won as well. He refused to make the payments after, so I took him back to court, and his wages are now being garnished for the maximum amount, which is 20% of his total wages. It pushed him over the edge of what he could afford, so he's had to work extra and drop out of college to be able to pay their rent. Dude. Oh, shit. Okay, that was kind of a dick move to push her in the pool. But, you know, I feel like at some point, you just got to, like, draw the line at where you're willing to go, you know, to burn back an enemy. Because, like, if you're going tit for tat, like, the $6,000 worth of damage on the hearing aids for you probably isn't as bad as what he has to pay, you know, because $6,000, like, if you're struggling, and there's a lot of povos out there, if you're struggling, it's hard. It's hard. So, like, you know, maybe just like, just let bygones be bygones, you know? Maybe just instead of ruining his life, maybe just like, just not talk to him for like 2 years. That'd be a better plan, you know? My family is absolutely fuming at me. Well, yeah, probably because like you ruined your I think what was it? Your cousin's life. So, yeah, fair enough. I think he made one bad choice after the other, and he has never given a sincere apology during this whole ordeal. Had he gave a real apology after the incident and asked me if he could wait till he finished school to pay me back, I would have been fine with it. But the entitled little prick is digging his feet in at every move. Am I the asshole? Yeah. Sorry. You weren't the asshole. This is my take, right? You weren't the asshole when this argument first erupted. But I think through its evolution and through taking him to court, ruining his life kind of ordeal, you know, I think that's when it kind of switched to him being a little dickhead to you being a little asshole. So I think I've made my decision here. She's the asshole. Yes, you are the asshole. And whoever said not the asshole, and I saw some comments, they were like, slay girl, oh my god, get him. Bro, like, I understand, but like also like, bro's like not going to be able to like live his life properly for the next few years because of this. So maybe like, you know, I know he doesn't want to apologize, but like, is that really like, you know, like, does it have to be like that? You know, like, maybe you could be the bigger person, you know? And I feel like you have been the bigger person when you actually, you're probably not. When you told him to stop, okay, maybe that was like you being the bigger person, but after that, it kind of just like, yeah, you kind of just joined the fight, you know, and like kind of picked on someone who is not your own size. So, yeah, no, okay, you're the asshole. Moving on. Am I the asshole for not paying it forward in the Starbucks drive-thru after the person in front of me bought my coffee? Okay, wow. Initial thoughts. Let's just read into this a bit more because I'm, you know, we don't have Starbucks in Australia, so actually we do, but not that much. I think the closest Starbucks to me is like probably like 200 k's away, so that's probably why, you know, I can't relate to this, you know. Anyways, okay, I'll start with the fact that I'd prefer to just order and pay for my own coffee and leave. Other than normal pleasantries like the usual "how's your day going?", "fine," and "yours," I'd prefer not to converse with the individual in the drive-thru. This person sounds autistic. This person, no offense, but this person sounds like maybe they struggle to communicate things. Like, I can relate. This is me. I don't ask, like, I don't converse with people that much. So maybe it's me. But, like, still, this person sounds pretty, pretty introverted. It has happened a few times where the barista informs me that someone in front of me bought my coffee and queries if I'd like to do the same for the person behind me. A few times? Bro, this person must be a coffee addict. Because I've never once been shouted a coffee by a random person. I wish I got that kind of princess treatment. Usually, I have no problem doing it, as I was going to pay for mine anyways. Oh, what an angel. Wow. You go, girl. Today, this happened and I said, sure. What's their total? I was handing her my CC when she told me that the total was $42. Holy shit. Okay, no, maybe, yeah. I put my card away and said, I guess the streak ends with me today. Yeah, you go. You slay. Queen, you do that. Because $42 for a coffee, nah, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. I put my card away and I said, I guess the streak... Oh, okay, I already read that. This girl looked at me like she thought I was the biggest asshole on the planet. Total contempt. In this instance, I don't care if people think I'm the asshole because I'm not going to ever pay $42 for an entire car's drinks and food because some other nice individual paid for my $4 cup. I 100% agree. Not the asshole. No, not the asshole. And I'll tell you why. Well, when you go buy a coffee, right, you expect to pay the price that you pay for a coffee, which is, in a usual's case, $4. So when someone buys it for you, that's great. To be honest, I probably wouldn't even pay it forward if someone paid me. Was it paying it forward or paying it backward? I don't know, whatever. Paying the other person's, because like they bought me a coffee, right? So actually, this is kind of selfish of me, but just like thinking about it, right? Like, someone wants to do a nice deed, and I'm the victim of this nice deed. I will gladly lay down and be that victim. I don't know if victim's the right word, but like, I will gladly fall on my sword and look like the asshole to make that person feel better. Because imagine, right? You pay for someone's coffee, and this whole thing starts, right? Where every person just pays it back. Is anyone ever going to just accept it? No, because everyone wants to be a saint, right? I will be that person. It just makes everyone else feel better. Because, giving something is to give. It's not to make the other person pay. And then when it comes to paying more, no way, bro. No way. I'm not paying $42. Dude, get that shit out of here, bro. They can pay for their own shit, I'm not that kind of person. Dude, do you think my name starts with a saint? Saint Kilian? And even if it did, bro, I don't think Pope Bartholomew, who does the church sermons every Sunday, wants to pay $42 for his coffee on a Tuesday morning, bro. I think bro just wants to, move on and not have to pay $42. Because that's just no way. So yeah, not the asshole. Thank you very much. They are not the asshole, because I would do the exact same. I'd do the exact same. So yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my kids that being fat is a bad thing? Right off the bat, I think they have a point. I feel like I'm in a bizarre world That's the first sentence. I was standing in line at a coffee shop with my 2 kids. They're whining about getting donuts and such. The conversation eventually gets around to why eating things like donuts all the time is bad. It will make you fat. Okay, just to start off with, right? I eat as many donuts as I want, right? I don't care. Bro, if I want 10 donuts this week, I'll have 10 donuts. I will happily eat double that if I wish, you know? I don't care. Where I draw the line, though, is when I start to see myself, you know, gaining a bit of chub. That's when I look and I'm like, okay, let's do some self-internal, what's it called? Just, you know, thoughts, you know? And you're like, oh, shit, okay, I'm a bit fat. I'm a bit chunks, you know? I've gained a bit of, you know, chub. It's time to burn it. It is. It's time to burn it. It's time to get on that, you know, on that stair machine, on the Stairmaster, you know, burn those calories, get back to fat camp. And I think that's when you realize that maybe have a donut less, you know. So don't ever tell me to eat less donuts than I want to. I will decide that for myself. Thank you very much. But yes, I agree, being fat is bad. The ladies behind me in line started freaking out and saying I was teaching my kids to be discriminatory. Okay, first of all, right, if I had a kid and I wanted to teach my kid a lesson, I don't think I'm asking other people around me for their input. Like, when did I ask? Honestly, did I ask when I talked to my kid in a private conversation? No, I didn't. So how come you feel the need to like try and raise my kid for me? And plus, I don't want my kid to be raised by Juggernaut. So like, okay, maybe Juggernaut was a bit too far. Maybe I might get cancelled for this, but like, no, I don't want my kid getting raised by anyone other than me. So thank you very much. Take your comments and maybe speak to yourself about them. Maybe educate yourself, you know? Maybe you're not so perfect, you know? If I wanted advice, I'd ask it. Okay, anyways, that was a rant. I explained that I did not say to treat fat people poorly, but that being fat is quite literally bad for your health. Well, I mean, it is. When you can't stand up because you're too heavy, I think that is when you should realize that, yeah, it is bad for you. If I said you shouldn't smoke, is that discrimination against smokers? No. I also think you shouldn't vape, but like that's another topic as well. They started going on about fat phobic and how you can be obese and healthy at the same time. Lol, what? I just turned back and ignored them. Fair enough, you do that, and you're not the asshole as well. But I just want to talk about fat phobia. Now I get it, okay? Discrimination against fat people is it's not on, because people should feel comfortable in their own skin, you know? I get it. And I also think, you know, if you're making fun of people because of their body weight, shame on you. Shame on you. But fat phobia. I hate labels. Calling someone fat phobic. What does fat phobic mean? Because to me, right, when you say something phobic, like homophobic, fat phobic, whatever, it means you have a phobia of it. So does that mean I'm scared of fat people or scared of gay people? Because then I don't think I am. Like, I don't think, like, if I saw one, I'd start running with my hands flailing up in the air. Like, I wouldn't be like that, you know? I'm not scared. It's not a horror movie. Like, I'm just, like, a bit concerned for them, you know? Maybe not for, you know, homophobic, whatever. Homo people, like, gay people, that's fine. You can be gay. I don't mind. Same as zesty. Like, you can be zesty. I don't mind. But fat, like, I don't care if you're fat either. But, like, I don't want my kids to be fat. So don't tell me, you know? I feel like you know. So I'm just going to move on. Because, yeah, enough judging for today. Holy shit. So I've been going on for a while. Been rambling for a while. So thanks, guys, for hanging in there. I'm just going to finish off this little session of mine with talking about some questions. I'm going to answer some questions from listeners. And if you've hung out this long and listened to the whole episode, you might get a feature, because if you ask a question, I'll answer it happily. Okay. So Bonnie asked, who's Yell's biggest fan? And when are you going to listen to that TikTok? Okay, so Bonnie is our biggest fan. You are our biggest fan because you comment on pretty much every post, which probably makes you like the only person to do that. So yeah, you are our biggest fan. And also, when are you going to listen to that TikTok? I have what TikTok? What TikTok? I think I heard of like maybe a fan account getting created, but then again, it's not the only one. So maybe the TikToks need to be made a bit more frequently, or maybe like they need to go viral, and then I'll see them. This is pretty much just me asking for free marketing at this point. But anyways, moving on. Thanks, Bonnie. Oh, and she asked for getting her on the pod. Bonnie getting on the pod. Well, let's wait a bit longer for that one. You know? Maybe one day. I reckon you'd make a great guest, but I think it's not the time yet. You know? Not the time. Anyways, Tom asked, do you walk your dog, and who is the better painter? Okay, so this is an inside joke, I think. He asked me if I walk my dog. No, I don't. I get my slave little sister to do it. Who is the better painter? I don't know what that means. I'm assuming you're talking about the art and not the art form, because when I paint someone, I do it in 3 quick pumps. So I don't know if I'm that good at it. But when I paint, I'm pretty ass as well. So I don't know. Peter asked Delfina, honest review. So Delfina, the brand for swimwear. Look, I've never used Delfina. I have a friend who's sponsored by Delfina. I have a brother who used to be sponsored by Delfina. And I think I don't like Delfina. That is my final comment. I don't like it. Don't like the brand. I like to be completely honest, I like their apparel quite a lot. But that's the only thing I like about them. I like their little hoodie, you know, I like that. Sam asked, please shout out Lachlan Tina Turner. He's your number one fan. Okay. Lachlan Tina Turner. Is this guy Tina Turner's son? Like, is that, like, because his middle name is Tina Turner. Lachlan Tina Turner. Well, if you are a number one fan, I haven't heard much about you. So maybe comment a bit more, you know? Or maybe this is a sarcastic comment and he's a number one hater. In that case, I don't know. Kevin, discuss navigating fossil fuels future and whether the Paris Accords go far enough. Fossil fuels. Well, this is my theory, right? Fossil fuels. I have no idea because like I don't study that. But if I was to study it, and I'm just going to go off my knowledge, fossil fuels are bad for the environment. This is what I hear, right? But here's the thing, right? They say it's bad for the environment because of the greenhouse gases and also because they're not a renewable resource. So my theory is, right, okay, greenhouse gases impacting the ozone layer. Bro, get a new ozone layer. Just make a new one, bro. Also, fossil fuels, they're made of fossils, right? How about you make fossils and then you can make fossil fuels, which just sounds dumb to me, but it also sounds really smart. So, Dizzy asked, we want to see your cocks. And Case asked, start an OnlyFans. And I think that just goes hand in hand. Like, we will subscribe to my OnlyFans. That's just my response to that. I'm just going to see if there's one more. No, there isn't. So thanks, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the Making Waves podcast, my first solo episode. And it's a bit weird, you know? It's a bit weird, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, you know, talking to myself for the starters, because I do that a lot, but in my head. So I really enjoy just like having a discussion with myself, getting deep in my thoughts. It's quite intimidating, like I do it a lot, and it's very good for self-reflection, but like I've never really talked. I've done more thinking, so talking to myself is very interesting. It's very different. I'd never do it, and I really like it, and I might do it again, maybe one day, and maybe Nolan will do his own one day. So thanks guys for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to our first ever solo episode. We love you. Bye.